everybody. Okay, so this is only my second video. Well, my third video, but first one was two parts because I got interrupted. So um, I'm okay, super nervous, but there's some things that I've been wanting to talk about lately, and it's funny because my whole life I've had things happen, synchronicities happen, and my whole life I've thought I was weird. Oh, it's better, huh? I don't even know how to do lighting. Okay, so my whole life I thought it was really weird and just I still am. I still am crazy. But I see more and more people talking about it. So I'm ready to come out and start telling my story too. So that's what I'm here for. I'm here because I want to talk about this journey that we're all on together. Um, and uh, where to start? Where to start? Okay, so in my title, I talked about the event Awakening Q. Okay, so I don't know what's happening, um, but um, let me start, I guess, from the beginning and see where this takes me. Might be jumping around a lot, um, but in the beginning, when I was little, I can remember um, feeling like I was here for a reason, feeling like I was put here on this earth for a purpose. Um, I uh, I always felt like I had another family. I always felt like I was adopted by my family, um, which doesn't really make sense. They look like all of them, but anyways, I um, I always felt like I was going to, as soon as I started learning about history and stuff and watching the news, and my dad was a big history buff. I felt like I was going to live through a war. However, I always felt like it was going to be a spiritual war, and um, I was never really sure what that meant. I still am not sure what that means. Um, what I think that that means right now is um, that I hope that spiritually we're all going to be able to come together as one. I believe that I will see that in my lifetime. I believe it's possible. I also believe that it's not possible, um, or that it's possible for that not to happen. Um, but I do believe that that we can fix the wrongs that are in our world today. And I think there's a lot of really big wrongs in our world today. Um, I believe that the general public has been snowballed for a long time, and I think that we are awakening. I think that a lot of people are realizing what's going on, especially here, not especially here in America, maybe for sure right now, but it's all over. But we have technology, we have uh, so much that can bring us together, and it's starting to happen. And I don't, okay. So again, from when I was a child, I started going to church with a lot of friends. And um, what I learned from that experience as a child was that um, I, I felt that there was truth in every religion. I felt that somewhere in the middle um, is where the truth was, and um, it's kind of like um, you know we all just came from a different country. We all just came from a different place. It's a little bit of a different story, but generally the same story everywhere. It's generally, you know, um, uh, you know, love your neighbor and be kind. And unfortunately, that's not what I always see happening. And so that's extremely, put an extremely negative spin on religion for me as a child. And I always questioned, I always wondered why couldn't we all just get along? And I've been told so many times in my life that I live in this little fantasy world, and that we're never going to have peace and harmony. It's never going to happen. Um, and maybe it won't in my lifetime, but I am going to choose not to live like that. I am going to choose to live as if it is possible, to live as if we can all love one another, um, and as if we can all get along. Um, and I think that there's things happening right now in this world that are helping that along. Um, right now, there's a lot of talk about the event in I guess you could say the spiritual world, where my spiritual path has led me to this point. And uh, my my journey has led me to believe that there's a collective consciousness. Okay, here's what I believe. Again, I think all religions have a truth, and so I believe there's a collective consciousness. I believe that all people want goodness and love, and clean air and clean water and clean food so that we can survive. This is what we all need. We need the basics, and we're not even getting it right now. We're not even getting it today. Some people are, a lot of people are. Um, but there's also a large majority of people who don't have, um, the basics and basic human rights. And I think it's possible. I think it's possible for us to come together, whether it is a spiritual event that happens, whether it's a collective consciousness that raises the vibrations on our planet. Um, I believe in things like clairvoyance and, extrasensory powers. I believe that they've been hidden from us human beings for a long time. I believe in a lot of, well, and I don't know. The truth sits there with me. This is where my truth sits. My truth sits somewhere in the middle again. So religion, I believe the truth is somewhere in the middle. As far as in America, we have our two-party system. I believe that we need to be in the middle. We need to come together in the middle. I think that there's enough people who are sick of the system the way it is. I think there's enough people in the world who have seen um, the devastation and the sadness. And I think that it's possible for us to come together and live in a world of love. Um, I think it's interesting right now. The I don't think a lot of people can see it, maybe, but there's parallels. I've ended up in the groups of, if you've heard of QAnon, um, it's a group in the US that talks about our president draining the swamp. And this is a very controversial issue, I realize. However, I think that there could be some truth to it. I think it's worth following and looking at more. And, there's definitely, we'll wait and see with all of this, with the event, with, Q. However, are both of these things bringing along with it an awareness and a oneness and an awakening of souls. I think that energetically we have more power than um, we believe. I think that, in order for us to be healthy and confident confident and powerful in our beings, in our bodies, we need to have that body, mind, soul connection. And right now, if we're living in an unhappy and toxic world, then these things are going to be harder to. You can't be healthy. You can't be healthy if you don't have that mind, body, spirit connection. And I, again, what I'm jumping around, and I'm sorry. Luckily, this is live because otherwise I probably wouldn't post it. I've been wanting to talk about a lot of these things for a long time, and I have so many subjects that I want to talk about. Right now is kind of crazy. Right now, I'm being guided to go ahead and talk about it. I have no followers anywhere. Oh, another thing I did want to kind of talk about is I feel like I'm in a unique situation right now, because I'm purging a lot. I'm losing a lot of. Obviously, I sound like a crazy person right now. I'm a crazy person, crazy hippie. So I'm purging a lot right now. Right now, I'm finding that unfortunately, a lot of the relationships that I've had for many years are no longer serving me and no longer serving my purpose and no longer in alignment with who I am and what I believe in. And I realize that I'm very unconventional in my thoughts and in my beliefs. But I also, and I think to some people, I probably seem very, very wishy-washy. But that's not how I perceive it. I perceive it as very open to a lot of views. I perceive it as learning every day. I perceive it as um, trying to find the truth. I feel like it's growth. I don't think that it's something negative. I'm searching, and that's why I'm here, because I'd love to chat. I'd love to have opinions on what people think. I do want to learn and grow, and so if you feel like you were drawn to this video because you're on a spiritual path, look at things like the event. Search that on YouTube. There's lots of videos, and see where it leads you. You're not gonna find complete truth in everything. You're gonna find little bits of truth from everywhere, and sometimes it's simply a seed that's planted, and you'll find the truth later on down your path. Um, so that's what I'm here for. I'm here to learn and grow and try to find a tribe. I'm a busy mom, and I'm home a lot while my wonderful husband, works, and I'm here with the kids a lot. And so I don't have a whole lot of opportunity to get out and connect with people. Um, Again, like I said, I've lost. I haven't lost friendships. We're still friends, but communicating on a daily 3D level has become hard for me sometimes. Um, Talking about my craziness and my unconventional ways has become hard. So, like I said, I think I'm here because I want to find a tribe. I want to connect with people, reach out, learn. Um, I do Reiki. I think that I want to start doing Reiki sessions on YouTube. I'm not sure how that would work. I haven't even looked at that, but I would like to do healing sessions. Um, and yeah, Q. I think I'd like to talk about that for a minute. That's very interesting to me. Um, it's not something that I thought that I originally would have um, believed in or followed. But the more that I have looked at it, the more I have Um, um, let's see. Okay. Um, I I do believe that American politics is a joke, and I believe that it is um, ran by people that need to get out of there. Um, hmm. Okay, so here's an interesting synchronicity for me, or a thought that again is very unconventional. I haven't heard a lot of people say, but usually when I think something completely crazy, usually pretty quickly within days or even hours, I end up finding um, somebody who thinks the exact same way as me. I see a video or something that really just resonates with me, and so I'm going to go ahead and say this. So here's the interesting thing for me is that I definitely um, would normally vote more on the Democrat side. Uh, I'm definitely somewhere in the middle. Um, I I'm not Democrat or Republican. I'm in the middle. Um, but when making that choice, I would definitely normally uh, vote on the more Democrat side. Um, However, I have a really hard time sticking myself into these boxes. So um, when the last election came about, I really just could not put my name on either of the two candidates. I thought that one was an absolute crook and the other one was possibly a crook, but just filthy and not qualified and just derogatory and not a role model that I wanted to have for my family. Um, and so that was a really big struggle for me. Um, so I just kind of sat back and watched. But um, when when Trump became president, I the immediate thought that came to my head was that this is supposed to happen. I'm a believer in what's meant or when something's bad, when something's corrupt, when your life is going bad, sometimes you have to hit rock bottom in order to come back up. Sometimes you have to really um, know what that feels like. Sometimes you really have to see the bad to for the good to be able to reveal itself. For you to be able to heal properly when things are just okay, and if it's not broke, don't fix it, kind of thing, and you're just cruising along, you don't notice that it's you know slowly deteriorating. So my immediate thought was, well, this is exactly what was supposed to happen. So, so then last year, probably when I heard about this group Q, um, I I thought, well, maybe this is right. Maybe this is true. Maybe this is what's happening. I don't know. Again, this is a wait and see thing, but I kind of, wanted to see what thoughts were. If anybody else sees a correlation or like, actually, I've been seeing these parallels for a long time with what's happening right now and um, everywhere in the spiritual world and in our I believe in other worlds. I believe in a parallel universe. Kind of. I don't understand that. It's something I'd like to learn more about, but I definitely believe in the afterlife and our soul moving on and our soul. I believe in soul contracts. In I believe in people being here for a reason, people meeting for a reason. Um, Spiritually, I think that we could be in a really interesting time there too. Um, like I said at the beginning of the video, I always kind of felt like I was here on this earth to live through a sort of spiritual war. And I don't want to call it that because um, war is a very negative, hurtful thing. And it's kind of my hopes. Again, I'm a very positive person. Um, almost too much sometimes. But it's, it's my hopes that spiritually, the good people will come out on top. Spiritually, it's time for love to win. It's time for the corruption to stop. It's time for the veil to be lifted. It's time for um, it's time for the it's just time for all of that to be gone. There's enough knowledge in the world today. There's enough people in the world today who just want goodness. There's technology to bring us all together. There's just simply no reason that it can't happen. Um, so I'm not seeing any participants or any likes or any chats. So I uh, I might go ahead and end the stream for today. Um, but I'm brand new to YouTube, just starting out this channel. I hope to have a lot more conversations and talk a lot more to meet my tribe, meet people that think like me. I'm going to be following you on YouTube too, and trying to connect with people who um, I'm stuck. I feel like I'm stuck in um, trying to find my spiritual path and continue healing and and using Reiki and uh, holding the light and the love and trying to care about this 3D world that I'm very much stuck in. And so if this resonates with you, reach out to me. Um, I don't even think I have an email address attached. I'm not sure. I'll try to look at my profile and update that. But uh, yeah, I'm like I said, I'm a busy mom. I'm on a spiritual journey. I'm on a journey for the truth, and I look forward to putting more content on here. And another thing I'm concerned with too that I think that we should look at is our censorship. Um, there's my Facebook has been so weird lately, and so that's the reason that I came over here to YouTube is because um, I have a hard time on Facebook because everybody knows me there, and you guys don't know me. I live in a small town, and so I feel like I get a lot of judgment on Facebook if I speak out, and so I've decided to come over here to YouTube to try to attract some people who um, vibe a little bit better. And like I said, please reach out. I am a truth seeker. Um, I dream big. Um, I love hard, and I want to spread the love. And I want you to join me on this journey. Let's see where this brings us. Okay. Um, so I'm going to go ahead and sign out if I can figure out how. Thank you for joining me. Please share my page, subscribe. I'm not in this for anything yet, except for to talk about the truth, share the truth, learn more of the truth, and find a oneness. Um, I know it's out there and it's growing, and that's super exciting to me. And so, um, if you feel like you're alone in this world, if you feel like you're unsure of where you're going or um, what you're doing or who you are right now, it's okay. I want to let you know that it's okay. Um, And I think we're all there. We're all searching, and a lot of people are waking up to the knowledge that there's something else out there. There's more to this life. There's more to it than what we've been given, and yeah, it's time for us to figure that out. I think it's time for us to find that. So um, that's all I want to say for now. I thank you for joining me. I have my other first video that I did is in two parts. I got disrupted. I'm going to go ahead and do videos from my laptop from now on. I think this is better. I tried it from my phone, and it's in two parts. It's long, but if you enjoyed watching this at all, please watch that video. It's kind of an interesting story. I may go ahead and re yeah, huh? Retell that story one day. But I was extremely nervous. So please be patient and kind if you do decide to watch that one, okay? Again, thanks. Thanks for watching. Reach out to me, subscribe, share my channel. Thank you. And peace and love.